I found kind of like a metaphoric relation between my relationship and my life situation, as far as, you know, having to quit lacrosse and now I'm here and it's rough. And so I tied that into just a song about, you know, if I could just take one more drive through Waterloo, that being missing lacrosse, and also like missing the good times I had in that relationship. So yeah, I tied it all into a song just about Waterloo.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Studio 101 podcast. We've got a special artist episode here today with Mr. Grayson Downs. Grayson, thank you for being here, man.
You're welcome.
Grayson is a native South Carolinian. Tell us a little bit about where you're from, where you grew up.
I'm from right down that way in Spartanburg County. I grew up there, went to Dorman High School, and yeah, I'm back. I'm still here.
Yeah, living the dream.
Yeah.
So how did you get into music and songwriting, performing? How did that kind of progression happen for you?
Well, when I was just tiny thing, my dad, he was in a band. He had played in bands for 20 plus years. And so I grew up around instruments, and he would try to teach me, and I hated it. I hated all the instruments and having to go to his band practices with him and whatever. But then I went to college and I played lacrosse, and I had a situation come up where I couldn't play lacrosse anymore. And so something made me want to pick up the guitar.
Yeah.
And I quickly got into writing and playing the guitar. I've always been a writer. Mm-hmm. I started writing poems when I was 6 years old. I won a poetry contest and got published in 2008.
No way.
Yeah. So
Wow.
Poetry has always just been a thing that I've excelled at. And so yeah, that tied in perfectly with learning the guitar. Mm-hmm. And so yeah, I started playing little bars around the college town I was in, and it just grew and grew and grew, and now it's my passion.
Very cool, man. Because I know that you know, some of the first singles that you did, we connected up. I think I maybe found you through another artist we were working with, or just maybe found you on socials. And when I heard you playing, you know, on Instagram, I was like, man, this guy's got something pretty cool going. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I remember those first few songs we worked on, and was pumped to have you in here, man. And it's awesome to see like the progression of like kind of where you started, mm-hmm. and now kind of where you are and where you're headed towards, you know, man. And it's super cool. It's super cool to watch a songwriter kind of develop, you know.
Yeah.
Because like, you know, your initial ideas are pretty cool, and then as you know, progress in songwriting, it gets way better, way cooler. You know, all the things that if you're working on any craft, you know, you don't want to get worse, right? Like
right.
Everything you do, you want to get better. And you know, we were talking about it a little bit earlier, in the fact that like co-writing to me, in my opinion, is a thing to where you can bring your craft into a room with another person who's doing the same thing you are, but then sometimes there's like this magic thing that happens that opens up a different creative thought process that you hadn't brought out before, mm-hmm. by writing completely by yourself, you know.
Yeah.
And I love to see that stuff happen. I love to connect up writers, you know, especially in the Carolinas. We've got a bunch of great writers, kind of in our area, man.
Yeah,
you know?
we've talked about it before. Yeah, this area.
Sure. It's kind of a hidden gem, and I love it that way because we can surprise a lot of people with a lot of the stuff that you know we put out from here at the studio, and artists that we connect up with from here at the studio. Man, I just, it blows my mind. Like every month, it seems like I meet a new artist who's got a thing going that's from, you know, 30 miles down the road or something, mm-hmm. and I'm going, this is super cool, and they're just right here in our backyard. But I love the fact that like there's kind of a community between, you know, the writers with all you guys that are kind of here in the Carolinas, and I really love that, kind of watching it from afar sometimes, you know, to see how you guys are developing. But so to kind of give us a snapshot of what you have going on. You're playing live, just about every week somewhere, right?
Yeah, just about. I'm actually graduating trade school in December, so I'm still kind of busy with school. I got a mechatronics degree I'm going to finish with, and then I just moved into a new apartment, so the past few months have kind of been, I haven't really played too much out.
Yeah.
But I am playing at Greenville Country Music Fest this year.
Mm-hmm. It's coming up in October, right?
Right. I think it's October. I'm playing on Sunday, which is the 23rd. Mm-hmm. Pretty sure.
Yep.
I'm doing that, and there's not really much else I got going on as far as live shows, just because of all the, I don't want to stress myself. I did that last year. I had school. I was taking 4 classes and tried to play every weekend somewhere, and I had no social life, and I was always doing homework or studying, and it was too much. So,
but you also have big news in your life too, right? You guys got engaged recently.
Yeah, that's another thing too, planning a wedding and getting all that stuff done. I mean, I didn't know how hard that was going to be. We got 3 things to do tomorrow as far as like doing the addresses and stuff for the save the dates, and I had no idea it was that much work. I just want to get married.
Welcome to married life, young man.
Yeah,
we'll go ahead and welcome you in.
Thank you.
It is what it is. No, it's great. And so what do you have coming up, man? That you're pumped about? You got any cool co-writes coming? Any new songs coming out? What's some stuff that you're pumped about that you got coming up?
Man, it is tough. I feel like I have this vault of gold that I'm not touching. I'm so bad. I think it's ADD. I start working on something. Yeah. I'll get really deep into a project, and then I'll have a cool song idea on the way home from school, and I just completely forget about what I was doing, and I'll start that. Yeah. So I have like this vault of music that is pretty much almost ready. Some of it is ready, but I just don't know if I should just release singles or what. Yeah. But I have stuff coming. Right. Next year, I'm hoping the goal for next year is to put out at least 1 EP and 3 singles or 4 singles. Mm-hmm. I want to put out a lot of music next year because I'm really going to, since I won't be in school anymore, I'm really going to grind and do all that. But that's my music plans as far as just releasing stuff.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, as part of a video series that we're working on right now, kind of a live performance series, we brought you in for a couple of songs that you're performing live, and one of the songs that really hit me that I love that I had not really heard yet is a song called Waterloo. Mm-hmm. Is that something you're planning on? You think you plan on releasing that one at some point?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So give us kind of the story behind Waterloo. Maybe for people who are listening, kind of give them an idea of where the song comes from.
I got you. So when I went to Lanier University, I went there on a lacrosse scholarship, which is not a big thing around here. Lacrosse, nobody.
No, it's new. It was
a new thing, and I guess I was good at football, but I wasn't tall enough, so they told me to play lacrosse, and I was aggressive. I
love it though. I mean, just a side note, like lacrosse is super fast sport.
Yeah, it's the fastest game on 2 feet.
Yeah, for sure.
But I went there to do that, and then I had I have a weird heart thing, which isn't important, but I couldn't get cleared to play lacrosse for my entire first season that I was there. And so I just decided, that's probably because I was confused as to if that was my passion or not. Yeah. And I'm a religious guy. I prayed hard about it, and I thought, this is probably the sign that I need to try to move on and figure out what I'm supposed to do instead of trying so hard to just ride with it and see if it'll happen. Yeah. And sure enough, I did, and I moved out of the dorm room, and I moved into a house in Waterloo, South Carolina. Mm-hmm. And I continued to go to school for a little bit, but during that time where I had quit lacrosse, and I even lived by myself there for a while, I was going through a really tough relationship at that time as well. And so there was just a lot of feelings I had going on in Waterloo, and one of my biggest things, have you ever been to Waterloo?
Oh, yeah.
It's just like there's really nothing there. Nope. But I don't know. Every time I go there, it's on Lake Greenwood. Yeah, you can get I drive the bridges.
The lake is the biggest attraction and the most well-known part of Waterloo. So
yeah. So I mean, there was a bunch of nights where I would be driving either to or from work. I worked at a restaurant late at night there a lot in Greenwood, and so I would constantly drive through Waterloo late at night. And during that time when I was in that tough relationship, I found kind of like a metaphoric relation between my relationship and my life situation, as far as, you know, having to quit lacrosse and now I'm here and it's rough. And so I tied that into just a song about, you know, if I could just take one more drive through Waterloo, that being missing lacrosse, and also like missing the good times I had in that relationship. So yeah, I tied it all into a song just about Waterloo.
Yeah, it's awesome. I can't wait for everybody to hear that song.
Yeah.
And we're pumped to have it as part of our artist video series, man.
When I look back, I should've known better. When she walked out on me, why did I let her? What I know now versus what I knew. Guess I'll take another drive through Waterloo. When I look back down to who I was, what kind of man did I want to be? It's the hardest thing for me to do. Take another drive through Waterloo. Every stop sign, street light that makes me want to turn back the time, of every pine tree that making me think about all those nights and all we had to do was take another drive through Waterloo. All I wanna do is forget. Forgetting's all I've got to do. Of all those things I can't admit, guess I'll take another drive through Waterloo. Every stop sign, street light that makes me want to turn back the time, to every pine tree that makes me think about all those nights and all we had to do was take another drive through Waterloo. When I look back, I should've known better. When she walked out on me, why did I let her? It's the hardest thing I'm gonna do. Guess I'll take another drive through Waterloo.
I'm going to kind of wrap things up, but let me throw this question out. So, like, what's on your playlist right now? What's
On my playlist?
what's on your who's on your playlist?
Man, I'm a huge Dylan Marlowe guy.
Yep,
Yeah.
he has a great song coming out.
I hope he might see this.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think I might.
we'd love to have Dylan on. Maybe come down for an artist here, so we could kind of plug that as well.
Please do.
You know, if we can grab Dylan to get him in on one of the artist videos, you know. So
Yeah. I won't.
yeah, we'll plug that.
I am playing. He is playing the same day. He's actually playing. I'm playing at 4:00 on Sunday at Greenville Country Music Fest. He's playing at 4:30 on a different stage.
I saw that on the list.
Yeah, so we'll be in the same place.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dylan Marlowe, definitely. I'm still hung up on Ernest. Dude, Ernest is insane. And my favorite album of all time that I still listen to all the time is Uncaged, Zach Brown.
Yeah. Nice.
All the time.
Yeah. There you go. Grayson Downs playlist, guys.
Yep. That's what I listen to.
Grayson, man, thank you so much for coming in and taking time to talk with us. And I'm pumped about what you got going forward, man. I'm a fan and always have been since we started working together, several years ago. And, dude, I just wish you the best in everything, man. And representing South Carolina, upstate South Carolina, songwriting and performance, man. Thank you once again for being here, and best of luck down the road, man. We'll be keeping up with you.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and this is another episode of the Studio 101 podcast.